Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're all having an awesome week. Welcome to another one of my Bring a Blanket live writing and productivity sprints. And today I am joined by the lovely Genevieve, whose channel is My Complicated Life. It's a really awesome vlog channel showing the life of an author living in New York. And she's an editor and all kinds of other things as well. So there's always plenty to see on there. Hi, Genevieve.
Hello.
Hello. What are you planning to work on today?
Well, I'm trying to get my Vela episodes up, but I'm having some struggles. So I sent it to a friend of mine, and I think we figured out a solution. But now I got to write the solution. So
Right. And when are you hoping to get the first episode up?
I mean, end of the month maybe, but we're also starting a business in March. So we'll see.
Yeah, you have a lot going on at the moment, don't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll chat about a little bit more about that later. So what we normally do is roughly about 3 hours of 20-minute sprints with just a few minutes break in between to have a chat and catch up. Let us know that you are here. I see Laura Gomez is here and has announced cat. Yes, we have just been chatting about Genevieve's beautiful cat. Is it Mischief?
Yes, that's his name.
There we go. See, I always remember pet names, not people's names, but
I'm sure he'll show up several times.
So yeah, let us know that you're here. Let us know what you're going to be working on, and we will get into the first of the sprints, and then hopefully we will catch up in a few minutes. I've got a timer that I'm going to put up. I'm having a complete moment. Sorry?
I just want to quickly say I'm sorry about this right here if it's bothering anybody, but it's storming in New York right now, and this is the only place where there's light. So
oh, fair enough. Right. Okay, let's just see. Have we got this all set up nice? Probably too big on the screen. Yeah, we don't want us that small, do we? We want us a little bit bigger than that, I think.
That'll work.
Oh, hi, Adara as well. So Laura's here, Adara's here. Lovely. Actually, Adara, reminds me, I wanted to chat to you about something. I'm glad you're here today. Right, okay, let's start this sprint then, and we will have a chat in 20. Okay, hi everyone. How did that go for you? I was settling down into things there. How about you, Genevieve?
I didn't write anything, but it's okay because I had to get settled first of all. But the solution that we figured out is to add another character. So I'm starting from scratch, creating a character. So I'm not surprised you didn't write anything.
Oh, I'd be reluctant to start that as well. I'd be procrastinating like anything. What else can you do? Does the cat need anything?
Well, he's currently chasing a spider, so.
Oh, good boy, good boy.
He's got his eye on it, so I can.
Yeah.
He's got his eye on it, so I can vacuum it up afterwards.
Nice. Let us know what everybody else has been up to in the chat. Where were we? So we were working our way through these messages. We're not on a 20-minute writing sprint anymore, so that should go. Right, so let's have a look. So AB popped in. AB is quite the regular for our sprints, but couldn't stay. And then we couldn't see Catherine's messages for some reason on like the Restream live chat, but her latest one is showing up. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but she had a tea recommendation, a vanilla chai with a hint of sugar, which sounds delicious. And apparently it's your second favorite brand.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your first favorite brand? Yep. I have to ask.
Twinnings, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I quite like Twinnings. And Catherine has got a question for you, Genevieve. She's asking, do you need to weave the new character through from the beginning?
So because it's Vela, it's starting with episode 2, because episode 1 was already written with the first character.
Right.
So I mean, technically, yeah, it's the beginning. But it's not so much the trouble of weaving it into the story as it is creating the character.
Right.
Because the character I'm creating is an investigator, a crime investigator. And I want to make it as interesting as possible because the stories are being modeled after like Agatha Christie's style. So I don't want to just make it anybody, you know?
Yeah, sure. Oh, nice. We've also been joined by Easy Graphics. Says, I've got to go to a meeting like in 5 minutes time, can't stay, stopping by to throw a book at that like button. Awesome, thank you. I was hanging out in his stream last night, but I was actually not working. I was watching Star Wars and doing some sewing. But, still showing my support for those people who did need to work. And Adara says, I've been dripping more of my fantasy world building elements into my first novel. Got a good 700-word chunk bolt out. That is awesome. On it, you fantasy writers, you guys are just amazing. I can't imagine building an entire world with everything that entails. It's just immense. It really is. That was it. So Adara was absolutely lovely the other day and reached out in a message to me on Twitter. So this month I have been doing a challenge to try to kind of improve my Twitter account and to be able to pass on all the tips and tricks that I pick up to all of my viewers. So yeah, I'm spending the month basically trying to as much as I can about how to make Twitter work as well as possible for authors, and also so that I can get something more out of it, because in general I just don't like Twitter. It just doesn't do it for me. So I want to be able to like it more. Anyway, Adara sent me a really lovely message with a lot of good suggestions, and I did ask if I would be able to quote from it, but I'm going to be filming another video in the series, and I just wanted to confirm that you would be happy. Like, I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do, but I was thinking I might even read out the whole of the message, if that would be okay with you. Obviously I'll link to your channel here and to your Twitter and stuff like that, but I just wanted to check that you were okay with me doing that. Who else have we got? Oh God, I've just pinned a message I didn't mean to pin. Never mind. It's from Kayleen, who says good morning and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. I don't think you've been on at my sprints before. And look at you, you've got your message pinned. Didn't mean to, but never mind. And Laura Gomez says, I'm figuring out goals and conflicts for my romance. Nice. We do love those conflicts. Oh, we've got some controversy coming up. I like that. Catherine says, nah, not twinnings. We threw that stuff in the harbour. Bigelow is blended and packaged in Western Massachusetts. My kids have just come back from their art class and my dogs are going crazy. Just like, guys! Oh my God! I'm sorry, my house is a madhouse. Okay. Can you imagine living in this? Can you just imagine living in this? There we go. Someone's gone to go and get the door for them. There we go. My two youngest kids were in art class and they've just come back. I like twinnings. I do. So that's, yeah. And Adara says, no problem. Please do. Very happy to help. Thank you so much. And Catherine is saying to Kayleen, are you changing your handle everywhere? Oh, so is Kayleen somebody that I knew before as a different handle? Oh, and Catherine says the dogs agree with me. Yeah. Oh, see how much better cats are? Do you see?
Yeah. No, not my cat.
You know, Mischief is just quietly hunting out a spider, whereas somebody knocks on the door and my two go absolutely bonkers.
Right now he's quiet, but on a daily basis, no, he's not. He's a very noisy cat.
Yeah, they do. Like, we used to have 3 cats and they did used to get up to mischief.
Well, he's part Siamese, so
fair enough. A cheeky chappy. Right. Oh, of course. They come back separately. Did you hear that? So they come back one at a time, 2 minutes separate to set the dogs off again. Right. And Catherine says, I was born and bred in Massachusetts, so there are standards. Fair enough. I like the twinnings, like English breakfast teas and the Earl Grey ones, but I'm not so keen on their fruit teas because they taste a little bit artificial to me. But the actual, like, tea, I really like.
I don't like the Earl Grey. I don't like Earl Grey in general, but I do like Lady Grey.
Yeah, the Lady Grey is nice. Yeah, it's not quite as strong, is it? Yeah, that is nice. Okie dokes. Cool. Right, let us go into another 20-minute sprint then, so I can say hello to my kids and see what they have been doing in their art class. Okay, so we will chat again in 20.
Okay.
There we go. My mic didn't want to unmute for a minute there. It obviously, you guys would be better off without hearing me. Fair enough. How did that go for you, Genevieve? Are you properly writing now?
Sort of. I kind of just noodled. Just kind of wrote what came to mind to see if I could figure out the character, but.
Okay, cool. I'm kind of making some notes about Twitter, fiddling around with Twitter for these posts that I'm doing. So that's okay. It doesn't feel all that productive. I kind of feel I should be properly writing, but I do need to do some more of that. There you go. Right, where were we? We have got some dramaticality in the chat. So I just got to get right. Yeah, right. So Catherine, we were talking about tea. So on to like the chilled stuff first. We're talking about tea, and Catherine was saying that she hasn't tried Lady Grey, but she's not a fan of Earl Grey, and that it's nice to be able to address Clean Page by her first name. So that's good. I popped a little something in the chat. If anybody is looking for some procrastination for a couple of minutes, my book, Falling in Love at Nightingale Farm, is in the All Authors Month competition, and it's like this round. It's through to like the third round, I think, something like that. But it needs some more votes. So if anybody's like, wanting to get out of work for a couple of minutes, I would thoroughly appreciate a vote or two. That would be awesome. Right, so then what did we have? Right, Kayleen was saying, Amy Page is my first name. Ms. Page is a nickname from my dad, and Kayleen Page is the name on my business license. Trying to reduce confusion by keeping the Ms. Page bit common. Right. Quite confusing. Right, and now on the dramaticality. So Bonnie from Corner 23 is here. Hi, Bonnie. And she says, yesterday I went to open my NaNoWriMo doc, and the 137 pages I had previously were somehow down to 5.5 pages saved. To say I was devastated would be an understatement. Oh my goodness.
I would have given up.
I would have just cried. I seriously would have just cried and gone to bed, I think. I think most writers have got a stat. I have, fingers crossed, I had a really bad one yet. But she says, thankfully, it was a temporary glitch, and it now seems to be all, at least mostly, recovered. What do you mean mostly? But yesterday was so scary, and I had to share that because you would understand. Yeah, there's no laughing about.
I could share a story that might make her feel better.
Yeah.
Because I temporarily lived down in North Carolina a few years ago. That's where we actually got Mischief. And when I came back, I didn't know that all of my flash drives with every manuscript I've ever written was inside something that got thrown away.
Oh, no. But some of them were published. So you had the files like on Amazon for those.
I had, I mean, I could still order the physical copies from Amazon, but every manuscript I'd had ever written up to that point, which was a lot, and anything I was working on at the time went in the dumpster.
Did you just cry? I would have just cried.
Well, the thing is I didn't know it for like a couple of months because I hadn't unpacked anything, because we had to move, like it was chaos. We had to move so fast and everything back to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know for quite a few months. So I'm like searching all the boxes, looking for these flash drives, starting to freak out, and then could never find them. And then when I finally calmed down, I remembered that we threw something out. It was like a laptop sleeve, those little zip up sleeves you put a laptop in. And I realized we threw that out. And then my brain said, oh, I think they were inside that. So yeah.
Oh, okay, you win. That is the worst one I've ever heard, I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, Joanne L is here and is saying hi to everybody. Hi, Joanne. What are you working on today? I hope you're good. And Adara says, I came up with the name of a fictional newspaper. That's Joanne's one, but we want to see Adara's now. We said hello to Joanne. Come on, Restream. Come on, get with it. Come on. There we go. I come up with the name of a fictional newspaper in that round. I have to now. A person's turned up to measure my kitchen for a refit accessibility. I'll see you another time. Okay, I hope that your kitchen refit goes really well. And yeah, cool. Good newspaper name coming up with. And Bonnie is saying no about your story. That is such a, I swear, I have never heard such a bad losing work story. Oh my goodness, Genevieve, that's so awful. Yeah, the only upside is that at least some of it was published, so you had the files like on Amazon, you know, on the KDP or whatever.
Yeah, well, and I have physical copies of every book, so if I ever wanted to actually retype the whole thing, I could do it. But I think we'll just move on.
Oh, that's too tragic. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I just had this image of you with this pile of books with mischief on your lap, like tapping away.
Yeah, that's probably how it would work.
So awful. And everybody is just like deeply traumatized by your story. And I imagine it's just so grateful that it's never happened to them. Oh dear. Right. And then Joanne says, what does she say? She says, I'll be working on revisiting a chapter for my bakery Rivals to Lovers novel project Sugar and Spice. Yes, you mentioned that last week. And I just thought, doesn't that sound like that great idea for a book, Genevieve?
Yeah. Now, my question is it romance completely, or is it like a cozy mystery with the romance stuff inside it? Because it sounds like a cozy mystery kind of.
No, I hope it's just just an enemies to lovers romance.
It's what it sounds like, but because she says bakery and stuff, my brain goes automatically to cozy mysteries because they usually take place in bakeries and bookstores.
Fair enough. Yeah, somebody was asking on Twitter the other day, would you prefer for a book to be set in a bookstore or a bakery? And I said, what are you talking about? I want my bakery in the bookstore. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to combine the two so that we've got the two best places to set a book together. Yeah. Oh, right. So it's a new adult contemporary fiction novel with a romantic plot. Cool. Okay. Cool. Very nice. And Catherine is saying, note to self, don't forget to back up. Yeah. My husband, me, you know, have you backed up? Have you sent yourself a copy? Because my stuff I write on Google Docs, so it's kind of saved in the cloud, but I could be better about also emailing it to myself.
Back up and then back up your backup and then back up your backup to backed up.
And then don't throw them all away.
You never know.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my. Okay. Well, on that dramatic note, why don't we get into another 20 minutes and get some fun? I'll learn some more about Twitter to share with everybody. Okay. So we will chat again in 20.
Sounds good.
There we go.
Oh, I lost your sound and I can't hear you anymore.
Go. Okay, thank you for letting me
No problem.
whittering away to myself there. Anyway, go everybody, let us know working on if you haven't already. Genevieve, was that good for you?
No, I deleted everything I wrote in the last one.
Well, it's editing. That's what is everyone up to here. There have been a lot of chats today. We are chatty today. Right, we were, we were talking about right, and we couldn't see. I know Mama Magai was in the chat. We can't see her on our restream one. Is that still the case? I don't think I've
she
seen
hasn't commented
anything
again, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, Mama Magai, if you could comment so that we can see what you're up to. That's right. So, where were we? Some chats that I don't know what was going on. And Magai was saying something about cat cafes, I think. No, that was Lord Gomez.
Gomez.
Yeah.
They were talking about when we were talking about the bakery and the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
And they were adding like cat cafe and confectionery shop, and they were basically building a village. That
sounds amazing. But I'm sad that I can't see the moment. But no, it does sound amazing.
I have the video up on my other computer, and I can see her there, so I can respond to her if I have to.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Right, and Catherine was saying that getting to all author was a challenge. So I was thanking her for going on to vote for my book, apologizing for the fact that it was a bit of a pain. I thought it was just a really easy process. So I'm very sorry. And many thanks. She's finding it. Kayleen says, in the middle of dozens of real deadlines and scenes, screaming, there we go, screaming to get out of my head. It suddenly seemed like a good time to work on my TBR for 2023 because, of course. And she also says, it forced me to get around to creating an author account. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how useful. I've got an author account and you can add your books on there, but if it's a free account, you can only add so many books. I think it's like 4 or 5 books, so I couldn't add all of mine. Anyway, free exposure, it's all good. Easy Graphics is back and saying hi. Saying hi again. Yeah, we're here for a little while yet. And Bonnie says, I've just been working on my public domain, read aloud, YouTube, but I'm going to start writing after I read this next chapter. Oh, that's really, you're reading your books out loud. What kind of setup do you have? Because I went to a talk about this, and it was really cool because the woman who did it has been doing voiceovers and things for years and years and years, but everything had to change during COVID. So it actually became really good for people who want to do it themselves, because there's kind of all sorts of tips and tricks going on now, usually involving wardrobes and duvets, I believe. So yeah, I would love to know more about how you're doing that. Just Eva is here and he's saying, Maggie, you're a ghost. Easy Graphics can see her in the comments. Yeah, you can on the YouTube live, you can, but because Genevieve and I are on Restream doing it, we can't see it for some reason. I've had that problem with Mama Magi before. Very frustrating. Have you ever had it when you've been doing any other lives? Have you ever had this happen with anybody?
Oh yeah, I don't know why some comments just don't come up. It's strange, and it doesn't matter which program you use, because I used to use StreamYard, and it would happen on there too. So
yeah. I started off with StreamYard, but you can only have so many hours before you have to pay. Just Eva's implementing my own developmental edits into book 1 of my MG series. Just got to the end of chapter 5. About 160 revisions to go, and I've so far added about 2,700 to the manuscript. Fairly short still. Well done. Sounds like some awesome work. And she says, I'll be jumping back into mum life before the end of the next sprint, but glad to get a bit done. Hitting the like. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Joanne's written, just been unbraiding my hair, need to wash it today. Oh, I bet that takes a long time. A long time. You must really, really want to wash your hair. I'd probably just leave it in for a bit longer. Spray something on it so it didn't get stinky. If anybody that Mama Magi has put something else in the comments, like if you can kind of let us know if we haven't spotted it. But Genevieve, you'd probably see, wouldn't you? Because you've got it up on YouTube, you said.
She said, I never knew cutting only 1K words would be so hard.
Oh, yeah. I don't like getting rid of words. They're my preciouses. Yeah, it's like, no, I toiled over these words. This took me time. They have to stay in. I'll find a way to make them stay in. I'll write around them. Just as I love having to cut set amounts of words. Maggie, you need some help. Well, if you like it. And Bonnie from Corner 23 says, honestly, we're just starting out. I'm just reading it and on the video, just putting illustration books so nobody can even see me. And that sounds really cool. I like easy graphics has to go. Working on air. And just Eva's suggesting, she says, maybe it's like the top and live chats in YouTube. Sometimes seems random who gets tossed into live, but just with the program you're using. Yeah. Sometimes these things happen, don't they? It's an hour or so to take the break. Oh, good luck. Jenna says, rewording is an option for 1K words. You may not have to cut anything. Yeah, I agree with that. Depending on the manuscript length, the filler words may be more than 1K on their own. Have you checked for those? Yeah, my filler words, I use just too much. That's and look. They look everywhere. Oh, and up and down. People are forever getting up, sitting down, going up the down the stairs, down the road.
I can tell you as an editor, those are pretty common, and so is smile and laugh and
yeah, smile and laugh. But the thing is, you like, especially with smile, sometimes you can change it for something else. But like smirk, grin, they often don't kind of fit. It's smile that fits, but you don't want everybody to be just smiling away all the time. You do want to kind of.
Yeah, I had one manuscript a while back that I was editing. There was like 300 smiles.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely about 250 too many, even for me. Yeah. He was saying, had that, most felt and said, I really do believe is one of those words that people just pass over. I don't think said is too much of a problem. What do you reckon? Or do you like it mixed up a bit?
I think you need to mix it up a little. I mean, you can use said often, but I think you need to mix it up a little, because if you don't, it tends to get kind of monotonous and like one level, like, because we don't always just say things, you know what I mean? Sometimes we yell them, sometimes,
Yeah.
But you're
Fair
right.
enough.
I do think people tend to just not even read said anyway. So as long as it's not every sentence.
Yeah. And as long as it's not like a conversation, you've put like he should see, she's like, you know, every other line, because they're saying like little short things.
Yeah, and you don't always have to determine who is talking if it's obvious. So
yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. Shall we go into another sprint? In that case, cool. Let's get some of this work done. Okie dokes. Right. We're again in 20. Hiya. I hope that went well for you guys. I had the exciting job of going to warm up my cup of tea and hanging the washing up at the beginning of it, but I did get some more stuff done when I got back. So that's good. How about you, Genevieve?
I spent most of it on phone calls.
Hey. Well, as long as they were like good phone calls, that's good. That's okay.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah, fair enough. I always worry in case like I started a phone call during a sprint and I couldn't get rid of the person. And you're going, no.
One was my mom and then the other two were my boss. So
oh, well, that's okay. That's quite nice phone calls because your boss is like one of your friends as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Did you actually want to take a minute to chat about the new business that you are setting up?
Yeah. I mean, I there's not too much I can tell yet, but I can say that it is going to be. It's not going to be my business. I'm just going to be part of it. But if you have ever seen any of my videos, you know I talk about Lynn Howard a lot, who is another author, and she is starting a author coaching business. And I'm going to be her personal assistant, which I already am, the secretary, and then I'm going to offer a couple of services through it. Developmental, well, not full developmental editing, but 5,000 word manuscript critique. And I'm also going to be the person that does client scheduling if that's something they sign up for.
Brilliant. So do you know when you're going to be able to start taking clients?
We're shooting for March 1st to be our launch date. So, and we're looking like we're on track. There's a couple of, inside business stuff that might hold us up, but right now we're keeping it optimistic.
Yeah, sure. Well, brilliant. Well, I hope it works out really well for you.
Thank you.
I mean, with the launch of Amazon years ago with their KDP program and everything, you have just got so many independent authors now who are in need of that kind of service, especially if they're doing well and they're trying to churn out quite because they just don't have the time to do the editing themselves, the really nitpicky editing, even if they wanted to, if they want to get those books out. So it's a really, really good solution for a lot of authors. So
yeah, well, through the business, it's going to be mostly just the first 5,000 words is going to be critiqued from me. But then I'm also still going to have my business of the developmental and line editing. So if somebody wants that, then, they can come over to me. And then we're contemplating possibly doing like a discount for clients of the business for my services, but we haven't figured that out yet. So
sure, cool. Good luck. So in the chat, we were talking about the use of the word, well, filler words, but we were moving on to the use of the word said. Who just Eva said, basically, she doesn't like too much said, I believe. She would rather other words were used, at least. So, yeah, I think we'd all agree, like, at least sometimes.
Well, yeah, and she made the point of, nobody has a conversation without moving their body. Like, even just me right now, I'm moving my hand. And lots of times you don't see that in books, but I would rather see that than have them just keep saying said and, all the time. Because I know they're talking. Like, it's obvious they're talking. It's dialogue.
Yeah, and a lot of the movements can also give clues to what they're feeling as well. So they're not just having to say, like, I feel frustrated. If they're doing something that shows that they're frustrated as well. It's good. Yeah. She said, sometimes dialogue, though, is like the entire world stops and becomes a bit white-roomed. Yeah, I think that can definitely happen.
I definitely agree. I've read books before where I just kind of skip over the dialogue because it happens like that. I just focus on the action scenes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And because there's been ones too that I've read that the dialogue isn't really important to the story. It's just like everyday conversation stuff. That's not stuff you have to include necessarily.
Sure. It's almost like, that's almost like the background, and what is like the other stuff. Yeah. You said, why is creating an investigator so difficult? Shouldn't that be the easy part of a murder mystery? No, the investigator, I would say, would be the really difficult bit, because you want a character like Poirot or Miss Marple or whatever his name is from Glass Onion, that people remember, and they also have to be really intelligent to be able to like crack the case and stuff. So no, I think that would definitely be like the hardest bit.
Well, the reason I said is, shouldn't that be the easy part, is because you think the tying in all the clues and everything of the crime would be the hard part.
Yeah, enough. Yeah. Yeah, I think myself in quite a mess. Also, they tend to have a lot of characters, don't they? So that, you don't know who's done it. And with the Agatha Christie ones, I always end up having to kind of go back and remind myself, like who's who.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I'm guessing that Mama Magi said something that I still can't see, unfortunately.
She said pretty much what you just said. She was talking about how, she said, not necessarily investigators need a quirky kind of curiosity that isn't in normal people, a need to not let go of something when anyone else would accept the easy explanation.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said, I think part of the issue is I can't seem to let go of the original idea. I know the investigator will be good for the story, but it was never in the original plan. Yeah,
I think that's my problem.
Yeah, when it's kind of in your head and you need to change it, it is difficult to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And then, what else did you say? You said, I'm kind of wondering if I gave up too early on the previous one. I typed, is it going to show me the rest? Come on, do it. Restream not happy today. Is it going to come up? I've got it on your screen. Can you maybe read that one out for? Oh, there we go. On the previous one, I actually wasn't inspiring me then, but maybe it just wasn't the right time to write her. Maybe you need to take just a little time away from actually writing it and let it kind of go in your mind and sort itself out.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to force it. Would be what I would suggest. And then, so is this replying to Mama Magi, where you're not the main character, as we aren't supposed to know their identity just yet? Yeah.
She said, can you play the investigator into a supporting character or the main character?
Right. And you said technically the investigator will be a support character, though since they aren't at the lodge on sabbatical. Dun, dun, dun. Have you read, is it Lucy Foley? Foley, Hunting Party. And
no, I haven't read it yet, but that one's been suggested to me several times, so I'll probably eventually read it.
Yeah, it's really, really good for like a kind of modern mystery. Her stuff is fantastic. I've been really enjoying them. I think she got one called Paris Apartment. I haven't read that one yet. And he said, I think the issue is finding the investigator's personality. Yeah. It's so frustrating not being able to see what Maga's saying.
Then she said, sometimes when the characters or plot don't inspire us, it is better to put them away for a bit, which is what you just said. And she said, make a pros and con list and then shuffle the plot events like cards.
Oh my goodness. That terrifies me. It might be a good idea, but straight away I'm going, oh no. I just like to do everything chronologically, completely in order so that I don't get confused. And Margaret Pinard is here. Hello, Ritz. Thank you for dropping in. And she's saying author coaching, how exciting. Catherine is heading out. We probably missed you because we've been chatting. Bye, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. And what else is Margaret saying? Nothing won't let me scroll. Can you see what Margaret's saying under Catherine? I can see hey, but my computer's frozen.
She said, hello to Maggie.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, and Hananias as well. Hooray. Hello, Hannah. Thank you. And Margaret says, I do get tired of the he blinked as a beat, though. Yeah. I do love though she let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. I haven't used it yet, but I aspire as a romance writer. That's one I just love it.
I honestly don't think I have ever read a young adult romance that didn't use that line.
Really? I love it so much. But I'm saving it. I'm saving it for a particularly good one because I don't want to overuse it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Should we get into another twins? There's so much chat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna step away from the murder mystery and go back to my YA contemporary romance.
Yeah, I think maybe you. Sure. I think maybe you just need to kind of think about it a little bit without the pressure of needing to like write it. Would be what I would say.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe maybe I screwed myself over a little bit by saying it's styled after Agatha Christie because maybe I put too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but yeah,
but
I don't know. There we go. I don't know where I was going with.
So brilliant that I just like I want to try to find some of that, infuse some of that talent into me.
Sure. Well, I'm sure you can. I think it just needs to kind of ruminate a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll start a 20-minute timer and we shall chat some more in a bit.
All right.
Oh, okay. If you could maybe stay off, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, okay. Because my connection isn't the strongest.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay, so that will be penultimate sprint for us, I think, because it's coming up to 5:30 here. How was that for everybody? Genevieve, are you getting to, it was the YA one that you've moved on to now, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a YA contemporary romance, and I have written in the past 25,000 words, but I got to a point where I realized something had to be fixed, and now I don't know what that is, so I'm just reading through it now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you can get back into that. Looking at the chat, we were talking about, Margaret's got a comment here because I was saying that I really want to use a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. And Mark said, I see that in every book, Emma, don't do it. Pay attention to your breath, be a good yogi. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm still going to use it, but your opinion is valid. One day I will use it. I've got 2 very hungry dogs hanging around by me, looking hopeful at the moment. So hopefully someone will feed them in a minute. Yeah, that's the one we've just seen. Come on, Restream is really not happy with me today. It's Kayleen who had the next comment, which will hopefully show up in a sec, but she said, I have too many browsers open. Not just something. Can't see what that is. Can you see what it says?
Not just tabs, but dozens of windows and 3 different Chrome profiles, Firefox and Edge. That's a lot of stuff open at once.
That is a lot of stuff. Probably, like, yeah, that would stress me out.
I think that would probably kick me off of my internet if I put that many stuff because it's that weak. Yeah,
mine's terrible. Like when I'm doing this, I have to make sure that I've only got the stuff that I absolutely have to have up for it. Otherwise, yeah, it would just be a she says it's a regular problem, but today it's getting to me because I can't find you guys at the breaks. Oh no, you're frantically like searching through. Oh dear. Well, I hope you found us now anyway. Joanne was just replying to Hananya, who was asking how she was and what she's working on. Hananya says, I'm finishing up at the J job and then I should start editing. My video is supposed to go up on my channel tomorrow. That's the dogs being called for their supper. Fair enough. Yeah, I think you were saying in one of your videos that you're fed up of editing the videos at the last minute, and that's something that you're going to try to work on.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
I've been trying to film my videos on Saturday and edit them on Sunday. We've just got such a busy household because there's 6 of us that finding actual quiet time to do it is difficult. So if I kind of have that set time, that's what's
well, it's going to get even more difficult for me because starting at the end of February, my mom is only going to be working at the office 1 day a week. Every other day, she's going to be here with me. So, yeah. Oh, and does she need quiet to work? Like, you know, is she making kind of phone calls and things like that? Is it? No, she's just working on. She works for a mental health place, so she just works on she works in the billing, so she just double checks insurances and stuff. Sure. But our apartment is so small that it's just way too awkward to try to record things while she's home. So sure. Yeah, you have to do more out and about ones. Yeah, well, my car is still broken. But since she's going to be home so often, I can use her car. So hopefully I can get out and do stuff. But it is winter in New York, so. Yeah, sure. A bit nippy. Yeah, and so you were saying that your video goes up on, it's going to be the most random and chaotic video ever. I like the random and chaotic ones. I have to say, I like that. I think it shows real life. You know, it's not always perfectly organized. What I really like about your vlogs is that you make the best out of everything. So you're saying, okay, you know, I live in an apartment which can be noisy from neighbors and stuff, but like this is what I'm doing to kind of get around this so that I'm still able to work, so I'm still able to write. You know, this is how I'm like treating myself and everything. And it kind of shows people how to make the best of things.
I think as opposed to these people with their kind of perfect, white kitchens.
Yeah.
You
As you can tell, there is no such thing as white here because the walls are white, but they're covered in stuff because I cannot stand white.
Sure. But yeah, I like that. Hananya says mine are always chaotic, but like you said, that's life. The noise is the dogs eating. Luckily, they eat very quickly, so that will be finished soon. And now they have to come over to say thank you to me. Right, and you were saying to Hananya, yeah, but often out of the chaos comes some great ideas. It wasn't planned this way, but the random clips I'll be including in mine ended up showing the struggles working for myself. Oh, cool. Can be tricky. Margaret says, the poster in my background says all the changes are preceded. Chaos. I like that. And Anya says, I need to write that down and stick a monitor somewhere. She's asking, are you happy with the end result? How did I miss all this? I was not part of this. Yeah, and you said it yet, but I think it'll be good. My viewers seem to love the realism in my videos, so I'm not worried about it. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. Yeah, I love it when you have to change plans and stuff, because that does happen when you're like, I was going to do this, but it didn't work out. So what can we do instead? Yeah, and Hananya says, keeping it real is important. It is indeed. Yeah, life is like messy sometimes and things don't work out. Margaret says, I am managing to flip between 2 sprints and not get any work done. Woohoo! Oh, congratulations. Impressive. Kayleen says, got rid of 50% of my windows. Oh, I think I might have missed a thing about the windows. Did I miss that? There was something about windows. Can you remember what it was about the windows? Oh, sorry. Yes. I was thinking windows that you look out of, the windows on computer. There we go. Oh. I'm back. I'm back with the conversation. There we go. Yeah, good work. Good work. My husband has millions of tabs and windows open up all the time on his computer. I can't use it. It's insane.
My brain doesn't work that way.
No, mine doesn't. Bonnie, I have to head off to pick up my son from preschool. It was fun hanging out today. Bye, Bonnie. Laura Gomez says, I only have one window open, but like 50 tabs. Yeah, mine just wouldn't cope with that at all. And my computer's decided it won't let me scroll. Can you see what Hananya says underneath?
I am still as horrible as ever with editing the night before or the day of. Yeah, I've done day of before too. I don't like doing that.
No, that's really stressful. And then when you're watching it, like trying to load itself and it's not doing it, and you're like, oh man, I'm not going to have a video. Should we head into the final sprint for today then and see if we can all be productive one last time? Okay, right. We will have another chat in 20. There we go. That was our final sprint done. I don't know why we don't have our nice thing around us with the flowers. Oh, maybe if I do this one. I want some pretty flowers
There you
around
go.
us. Yeah, there we go. Right. So let's have a look what people have been up to in the chat. Did that go well for you?
Yeah, I think so. I've read through 2 different scenes and I was enjoying it, so I guess that's a good sign.
Oh yeah, I saw you said, guess it's good news as I'm rereading my contemporary YA romance. I am chuckling at the characters and quips. That is definitely good news. I like it when I start smiling when I'm reading mine because of something cute that they're doing. That's when I know that that's a good one. And you said if anyone here has a channel to shoot you a message on Instagram so that you can make sure that you follow it. I think I'm followed everybody here, but maybe not. So that goes for me as well. If I don't follow you, I am Romance Emma on Insta. So just pop me a message over there. It's a great idea so that we can make sure that we follow each other. And also there is a Facebook group which I run called AuthorTubers Helping AuthorTubers. It's a really cute little community and we're very supportive and you can ask all kinds of stupid stuff and no one will laugh at you if there's something that you're confused about, which I do frequently. Hananya had to hop off to go and have sushi, which is possibly the swankiest reason we've ever had for somebody leaving early. I fear Margaret has lost her senses because she has put Itadakimus. Does anybody know? Any ideas? If anybody, Margaret, have you lost it or does that make sense to anybody here? So there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, and Joanne is saying it's nice to see Hanani here, but Hanani's gone. So she's probably not seeing that. Cool. Okay, well, I hope that these sprints were useful for everybody today. I think I've got a bit more of a hold on what I need to be doing with Twitter. I mean, I have been on there for, I don't know, I think it's like 8 or 9 years. So you'd think that I'd have a better idea of what to do already anyway, but I clearly don't. And I'm just trying to get as much information as I can for myself and for the videos. And I'm going to be filming another video about that on Saturday. And then there's going to be a video out tomorrow all about it. I think Margaret has given an explanation for her Itadakai. She says, what'd she say? When I start stopping to comment to the cat, I know I'm reading a book. Happened with the last couple of romance. Comment to the cat. Oh, cat, this is a good book, isn't it? And the cat looks at you like you're crazy. Yeah. Whatever works for you. Oh, and it means bon appetit in Japanese. Look at you. Got people leaving for sushi. We've got other people Japanese. This is amazing. I don't know. I feel I shouldn't really be here. I don't feel this is the right stream for me anymore. And Kayleen says, thank you much. I did make progress and you will help me keep from falling into the internet. Yay. Well, that's what we aspire to do. Well, I will be back for more sprints at the same time tomorrow. That's 3 p.m. GMT time. But sadly, I will not be joined by Genevieve because she has got other things to do tomorrow. But hopefully you will join me again soon.
Of course.
Yeah, it's been lovely having you here. Okay.
I have obviously still have writing to catch up on since I didn't done it.
Well, yeah, I think we've all got plenty to do. It's not that we don't have anything to work on, is it? Okay, dates, brilliant. Well, make sure that you boop the like button if you haven't already. And I am going to go off and finish cooking for date night tonight. I'm starving.
I have to go eat lunch because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Go. Go on lunch. Okay, I will catch up with you all very soon. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Bye.